Yeah, we now want to bring in Sheriff of Polk County, Florida, Grady Judd in Winter Haven, right near Lake Haven, so Central Florida. What is your message this morning when you're seeing where the storm is and what we can expect in the coming day or two?
Well, I'm a native Floridian, and I've been through storms before, and I can tell you this is a real deal bad storm. It's big and it's bad. You have to listen to your experts, to your emergency operations people, because our goal is to keep everyone safe. And when this storm is tracking like it is, for those of you who have followed it or maybe from the area, they said, yes, it moves in fits and spells. But I can remember Charlie back in 2004, they told us was going in at Tampa. And like in a microsecond, they said, no, it's going in at Port Charlotte, and it's coming dead across your county. And we saw horrific damage on the east side of the county, and we were prepping on the west side. So you can never, ever, ever say you're safe until the storm is all the way gone.
And this one is going to start at the southern end of Florida, Key West, march all the way up the state like a buzzsaw. Everybody in Florida is going to get touched by this.
They absolutely are, and the storm surge is very important to remember because water kills. You know, one of our local meteorologists said you hide from the wind, you run from the water. And that's what we're trying to tell folks. Listen, we're not asking you to leave these flood-prone areas because we want to inconvenience you. We're asking you to leave because we want to save your life. And we're doing everything we can to protect everyone.
Sheriff, we've heard, everyone's been saying listen to your local authorities across the board from the mayors we've spoken to, but we still see a lot of independent-minded Floridians that say, we're tough, we're going to hunker down, we're going to shelter in place. We've been through things like this before. Do you have any advice for folks maybe at the last minute who could go to a county shelter or stay where they are? Is this just such a large storm that making that individual choice is a bad idea?
Certainly, there's still plenty of shelter space, and we encourage you, even at this time, to go to a shelter if you can get out. And I can tell you this, there are a lot of people that are going to hunker down and weather this storm, and they will. Some of them are going to hunker down and weather the storm and die. It's a personal decision that you have to make. All we can do is warn you and give you the best advice and give you an alternative so you can stay alive and safe. And that's what our governor and all of our emergency operations people have done for the last week. We're doing everything we can to keep you safe, and it's worth the extra effort just to make sure that you're not on that cutting edge that could be the dying edge.
What about the elderly? Florida has a huge elderly population, and many of them live alone. What is your office doing to try to take care of them?
Yes, we've all gone out throughout the state of Florida because we do have a large retirement population, and we've made sure that they've gotten the message. We have special needs shelters, so if you're in a position where you have to be on oxygen or you have to have medical care, we've seen our hospitals take people into the hospitals and give them more or less nursing home care rather than hospital care, because everyone's on board. You can look across this state from your hospital to your private businesses to all your government to your neighbors, and you'll see neighbor helping neighbor, and that's what makes this sustainable, because no one is in this alone. We're all in this together, and as a community of wonderful people, we'll get through it.
Yeah, and that's when it matters, when the storm passes and you wake up and you see the damage that is done, and you rely on the local community there, and you rely on your neighbors. We saw that most recently with Hurricane Harvey in the state of Texas, and we all know Florida. We love Florida. We know that state is just as resilient. They come together, they rebuild, and that's exactly what they'll do after the storm. I know you've seen that yourself, sir.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate that we have as much experience as we do with storms and hurricanes. We've had 3 of them come through this county alone, the eye of 3 of them, in about 7 or 9 weeks in 2004. We'll never forget that. And then the storms that don't come here, we go to help others recover. So we've seen the devastation from Katrina all the way down through the South and up through South Carolina and North Carolina over the years. years. And I can tell you this, it's all about us working together. It's one America, it's one Florida, so we are the biggest small community in the entire world, and we're always going to help each other. That's what's so special about us in the United States.
That's right. Sheriff Grady Judd, great message this morning. Appreciate it.